Welcome back, Old Souls. I am Tara T with Old Soul Factory, where I make all kinds of crochet YouTube content for you guys. And this week we've got some fun things planned. This week I'm going to be finishing up a bunch of whips that I have laying around. I have a big anime market coming up on the 10th, and so this is technically like my last full week before this market. So I need to finish any whips I have laying around. I need to finish any last minute market prep I need to get done. I need to finish tagging everything. I need to count out all my inventory before this market so I know exactly what I'm going in with. And I have a bunch of other little things that I need to wrap up throughout the week and other projects I'd like to fit in if possible. So we have a whole list of things that we need to get done before this market happens. Before I jump into everything, this market is going to be an anime fest, is what it's called. I've never been to this show before, and I have a whole array of new items that I've been prepping over the last couple months, as you've probably seen for this particular market. This is a big deal to me, and I'm really excited about this market. It's a very niche, very different. It inspired me quite a lot to make a lot of new patterns and try a lot of new things that I wouldn't have done otherwise, because otherwise I feel like our main demographic are like kids and cute animals, and this time I get to make some cool like characters and creatures and all kinds of things that are very niche. So it's been very fun over the last few months to kind of round out some of those patterns and try them all out. With all of this in mind, I'm going to get my whips pulled up and see what I need to do. I think the first thing that I want to get started with, though, is a character that I had done forever ago now in a video, and it's Ocaron from Dun Dun Dun. It is a cute anime character, and I need to make his glasses. I specifically got a particular kind of wire that's supposed to be really easily bendable and everything, so I can bend them into his exact glasses shape and the exact size that I need, and then I'm gonna put them in essentially. So I've never done something like that before. I think it'll be something new and fun to start with. So I'm gonna hop into that, and then again, I have a bunch of loaf cats to finish. I have some other animals I need to finish, possibly. I want to make more Minecraft animals before this market as well, and hopefully maybe get some pattern testing done or a pattern tester call put out for those, because I think that those are gonna go really well, and I want to make sure that people have them to start market prepping them for summer markets and fall markets, because I know that's personally when I also have the most markets. So I want to just get all of those things tidied up and then get started. So I'm gonna hop into it for this week. So as mentioned, I had to use this like galvanized wire that's like super bendable and moldable. I got it off of Amazon like a while ago, but after doing some research, I figured this would be the best option for me to try to make my own glasses or accessories for any other like plushies and stuff that I'm making. So I got this out, and then I got a paint bottle out because I needed something circular to mold the actual lenses to, so I used that. And then I used the cap for like the little nose bridge part to bend it. Anyways, I actually got it all together. The head is sewn on and everything. So we have Ocaron here. I'm trying to debate if I want to sew his jacket together, because technically his jacket like does close. And he has like little buttons on it, which obviously I don't have anything for the buttons, but I thought this would be fun to like sew it together really quickly maybe. But I also thought it would be a cool detail to be able to like take it off as well. So I'm kind of just debating on it for now, but here he is. He's a cool guy. I love how he turned out. He's been a labor of love, and I don't think I'll make another one, but he is cute though regardless, and I'm glad that I still made at least one big character for this event. So with this in mind, I'm going to put him on my shelf, and I'm going to continue working on my other whips for this week, and I think most of them are loaf cats, so I'm going to just wrap all of those up as fast as I can. I have the bodies done, so I just need to stuff them and finish the last little tail rounds, which won't be bad at all. And then I have to finish the actual tails and sew on the tails for the big kitties. So I'm gonna work on that today. I was gone on vacation though, so luckily I have some videos to catch up on YouTube. So I have plenty of things to occupy me this afternoon. So I'm gonna work on that, and then just keep working through some stuff, and I'll update you whenever I finish my loaf cat whips.
I guess we will be seeing if, well, take that off. Oh my god. good deal, I have to say. Okay, anyway, most of the stuff that I bought is stuff that I use for my business anyway.
I am so mad. I am so incredibly mad. I just talked about this in a video and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a second chance. I just talked about how I hate dome back eyes. I hate them with a passion, and I never hate things, but something about them just rubs me the wrong way. I can never get them in, and sometimes when I get them in, the backs of them pop off. Well, I was like, oh, I bought from a different seller and everything. I'm like, oh, these are working great. I snapped them on my safety eye tool and everything, and they were turning out perfectly. I didn't have any issues. Lo and behold, I get out these cats, and half of the eyes, the backs of them have cracked. And now I'm looking at all of them, and I'm like, well, crap. I can't sell them like this. Like, can you see the crack in it right there? You see the crack? I can't sell them like that. Like, what if they pop off or something goes wrong? These two are both popped. Okay, this one is clearly not even connected, so I'm betting the back of it broke off in the back of this thing somewhere. Look at that! Look, it's broken. Completely. Are you kidding me? And I just bought all of, and this one's cracked too. Oh my god, they weren't like that whenever I closed them up. I mean, this one's literally like broken. Like, you can see it, it's broken. You see that? It's literally cracked. So I'm like, okay, I bought a bunch of extra flat backs in case this happened. I was like, let me check and see, maybe I can just get those. So then I tried the flat backs and I was like, oh, they can't be that bad. Oh my god, they're terrible. These are synchronized. You know, they're gonna look weird if they have flat backs on them. So now they're like sticking out of their head like Bugsy. And I'm like, I can't sell these. I can't sell these. I'm like, now what do I do with all these cat bodies? So I think what I'm gonna do, except for this one, I know these flatbacks will stay in. I know that they will. I know this brand. I trust this brand. They're snapped on very, very, very well. And the flatbacks are so much thicker, so they just don't break, is what I'm gonna assume. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of these stupid safety eyes out, even if they aren't popped off all the way. Like, this one's literally broke. Let me see. Look, I shouldn't be able to do that. So I'm going to take all the safety eyes out, I guess, and then embroider some eyes on these cats, because this is ridiculous. And I'm not going to sell these cats with broken eyes in them, because that's just stupid. Okay, these have regular sinker backs in them. I bought them from the ADHD hobbyist. This one's going to stay like this. That one's fine. I know it's fine. I'm just so mad. I was like, yay, go me. I prepped so hard. I got all of this done, and then I turn around and half of the eyes are cracked and popping out of their heads. Look, what if I would have stuffed it and I wouldn't have looked at it? I mean, look at that. It's literally broken in half. Like, I can just take it right off. I rarely get mad when I crochet. I might get a little frustrated because I can't get a row right or something, but like, this is genuinely frustrating. Like, have you guys ever had this issue before too? Because, like, I was getting ready to sit down and have, like, the most productive day ever, and now I'm peeling off safety backs. Like, I shouldn't be able to do that. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, we'll embroider some safety eyes, and then they'll be baby safe too. So maybe this will all be a good thing. Kitty number 2. Kitty number 3. 4th kitty, sewn up, ready to go. And my favorite kitty, cute little sinker eyes from ADHD Hobbyist, and this is the Bernat patchwork yarn. So he turned out so cute. I've been binge watching Passionate Kelsey lately, and she did a how much yarn did she use in April video, and I did that at the end of like the year, but it's been very interesting to see little glimpses of like her videos throughout the last month, which I thought was really cute. But while we did that, we finished the 5 kitties getting sewn up. So now we just need to make the tails for all of these and then sew some eyes onto these eyeless cats, since the safety eyes were an absolute bust. So I did message the seller from where I got them from. I'm hoping that they replied to me and they're like, oh yeah, we'll send you some regular safety back eyes so you can use the eyes you purchased. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like I said, I did flatbacks on one of them and I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I might even try to cut these off of the back because I don't like them that much. So we'll see. We'll see where we get to. Otherwise, that's a big thing off my list so far for today. I really would like to take a break from the cats, since I know I can do that later tonight from the couch, making all the tails and stuff, since it's so repetitive. And I already have the yarn packed up and stuff in my go bag from my trip in the first place, so like it's all out there ready to go. The only thing I was a little bit iffy about was this kitty was made with the patchwork yarn, and I'm pretty sure this is all I had left from it, and I'm sure this will be enough for a tail, I think. Otherwise, I was trying to figure out like if I even had another color that would kind of match. So I might have to use like black mystical or something like that if this isn't enough, but surely this little ball should be enough for just a tail, and then enough to sew on the tail. We should be fine. I'm gonna look through my other projects though and find something else to work on, something that's a little less mindless, because I feel like I'm getting a little sleepy, a little zoned out here, and I don't want that to happen this early into the day. So I'm gonna clean up my desk a little bit, and then I'm going to figure out what we're working on next then. Okay, I found another project to work on. I have this crab. This is a pattern by Meg's Makes Patterns, and it has been forever since I started this. So let me pull up the pattern so we can see how much left we have to do. But this is a lot. This is a good amount. A good amount. I believe this is Kai the Crab. Oh yeah, this is Kai the Crab. And I actually already have one of the little fins finished. So I really just need to make another fin, sew them on, and it's done. So that'll be a quick and easy thing we can do really quickly. I'm having a pretty productive day because already we could finish up another whip. Again, this is Kai the Crab by Megs Makes Patterns / Megs Makes Crochet, depending on where you're looking her up at. But I remember doing this pattern and she does hers in Parfait Chunky and thinking, oh, this is so cute. Like, it looks so adorable and everything. And I just didn't really realize how big it was going to be using a bigger yarn. So this is Sweet Snuggles Light for these colors. I originally started this project solely because I wanted something to use this weird mustardy, like, Sweet Snuggles color for. And honestly, it turned out perfect for it. So he's a cute little crabby crab. So now we have another thing to add to the bin that needs to be tagged. And then, yeah, I think I might just grab a food, grab some snack, and maybe check in with you guys later because I need to make a checklist. And that checklist is going to determine exactly what I end up completing. But I also have some personal things that I need to get done for today. So while it's still light outside.
There's a couple of goodies to see. What up, now, boys? Guys, I'm telling you, what are the pleasures? I think we're talking about two completely separate things here. I'm talking about are the wasps.
Hi guys, it's the next day. Obviously, I look completely different than I did yesterday. I'm a little more put together today because I gotta leave my house. I've got some chores and stuff to do today, so I had to get a little dressed up for that. But as you can see, I finished all my loaf cats last night, and now I'm thinking the next best step is to maybe put out all my inventory, count out all my inventory, tag everything, and see what gaps I need to fill for my market inventory, since we're down to literally a week from today as of filming for our next big market. So now I know I've talked about this market a lot, but I haven't given a lot of details. But it's basically an anime fest. It's in Evansville, Indiana, and I've seen a couple posts and stuff about like the previous years and how busy it is, and it seems like it's going to be a really good market. With this in mind, since it is an anime con festival kind of thing, they do their booths a little differently than like most craft fairs do. So like we only have a 6-foot table space to use, and that's it. And usually we have like a 10 by 10 space, we can fill it completely, and now we only have a 6-foot table space. So I think what the main goal is to put out most of our anime related things first, and then more of the animals and stuff. There's clearly gonna be some things that are not gonna be for this demographic, I feel like snugglers and those kinds of things. I know my mom handles a lot more of those kinds of things. I have a feeling we'll end up putting those behind the table if I had to guess, and then stocking more of like the basic best-selling animals. Like, I know my mom's made quite a few dragons. I think dragons will be popular here. I think cats will be popular, dogs if we have any. I think that, like, I have some baby Yodas, I have Chunkymon, I have little anime, or not anime, well, I guess it is an anime, but I have like One Piece related plushies as well. I have an assortment of things, which you'll see whenever I lay out my inventory exactly what I've got. But I have a feeling that mom made more like turtles and cows and those like best-selling animals, because quickly after this market we have another one, so we need to be stocking those anyways, which is why I went ahead and made a bunch of cats. And I've made a lot of little regular animals in between like these anime themed projects. So I just want to get everything set out, total everything up, see where we're at, and then kind of make a game plan from there. Because whenever you're market prepping like this time of year, you really have to think ahead to like the next market too. And like the next markets are just regular markets, right? So like I said, we need to make more love cats, turtles, cows, the best-selling animals, snakes, lots of little things for our like $5 and $8 bins and those kinds of things. So that's definitely something to keep in mind whenever we set out all of our inventory, to like kind of keep track of that. I always like to take a picture too, so I can physically see what I have in stock, and then we'll go from there. But I have this whole overflowing box of things I need to price. I have the cats up there. I know I have another small basket, I believe it's upstairs, with the rest of my plushies that are already tagged and ready to go. So I just have a lot of little things that need to be done. So let's go put out a blanket, lay everything out. I'm gonna grab my notebook and I will show you some more of those, or like show you some more of the details and my whole inventory like all together. This is a lot. The thing we ended up having the most of is loaf cats. I didn't realize I had a whole nother bin of loaf cats, but we have a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. And lots of little things. So like always, before I market, I count out everything. I write everything down, exactly what I'm bringing to every market, so I know exactly how much inventory I'm bringing and everything like that. And I have total counts for all the items that will be at my market. As I've talked about before, I like to categorize all of my items by small, medium, and large/jumbo items. The small items are $10 to $19, the medium is $20 to $30, and the jumbo is anything that's over $30. I also like to put tally marks down for my $8 bin items and my $5 bin items. I don't like specifically write out what each one is because it's a very niche thing, and it's usually like things I only make a couple of here and there, so it just takes too much time, and I'm not too worried about that part. So I'm going to run down through all these categories, tell you how much I have and what I had the most of, really fast though. So I did my Ocean Chums pattern pack from Etsy, and I have 2 of those for $15. I have a squid for $12. I have 10 $10 snakes, and I have 2 of the long ones that I used to make before that are for $12. I have 3 ghosts, 1 large ghost, 1 skeleton bee, 2 leggy frogs, 1 jumbo dinosaur. I have 3 Ties the Turtles, which I definitely need to make more of. I have a cake, I have a Tortoro, I have 2 Chunky Mons, I have 2 Mushy Boy Straw Hat characters, I have 1 Tiny Dragon, and I have 3 mini kittens. Overall, total, I have $423 worth of inventory in that category. In the medium category, I have 3 bandanas. I have a rhino, I have a fuzzy ferret, I have 4 Percy the pigs, 2 Dazed dinos, 1 Sweet Snuggles Tice, I have 2 Casey the camels, that's my pattern as well. I have a mini Groot, a Care Bear, I have 2 Titus the turtles, I have a Minecraft cow, I have 4 Pokemon total that I've made, I have a Zorro, I have Kai the crab, I have a monster that had the blue glittery globe eyes, I had a geode monster, and I had, get this, 13 loaf cats, including the new ones I just made, so I do not need to make more jumbo loaf cats. And then I also had 8 bucket hats total as well for this market. So overall in the medium category, I had $1,141 worth of inventory to bring to this market. The last category we have to go through I call jumbo/large. It's really not jumbo items, not most of them, but either way, I have anything that's over $30. So I have 2 bears. I have an Ollie the Octo. I don't know if he's called Ollie or Oliver, but it's mixed patterns. Big octopus that I made in the patchwork yarn. I have a Brontosaurus. I have a Titus the turtle. I have 2 large turtles as well from a previous market, which I'm honestly, they haven't sold yet. I might just use them for stuffing at this point because I've had them for like over a year. I have 1 giant pink dragon snuggler still. I have 3 of the Nova the Fury dragon plushies as well, and then I have Ocaron, the big anime character that I made. So total in that category, I have $590 worth in that category. In my $8 bin, I had $88 worth, and in my $5 bin, I had $75 worth. So overall, quick rundown, in the small, I had $423 worth, the medium, I had $1,141 worth, in the jumbo category, I had $590 worth, and in my bins, which is the $8 and the $5 bins, I had a total of $163 worth. So, as of currently, before this market and before I do any last minute prep for the next week, I have $2,317 worth of inventory. Now, when just saying that number out loud, that sounds like a lot, but it feels like it's not a lot. Like, this spring season's probably the most time I've had to like create and stuff. I've definitely explored a little, tried some new things, but I really do need to get back to like the general market prepping phases. Again, making a bajillion loaf cats, making a bajillion snakes, and a bajillion turtles, because at the end of the day, whenever I have a market next, I'm gonna want some more of those basic items that I always carry, and then I'm gonna be like dreading making them. One thing I definitely noticed that I do need to make sure that I make coming up soon, I'm gonna take a break before I actually make these, but mini cats. I made a bunch of the big loaf cats thinking I had a bunch of the mini cats already in my inventory left over, but it turns out I had all but one of my cats in my inventory wore the jumbo ones already. So I had like 8 loaf cats, and then I made the 5 more, so now I literally have like 13 loaf cats, which is way too many. I mean, it's not way too many, but it's a lot of loaf cats. So I only have 3 mini ones, and one of them's in a furry yarn that's like extra small. So I want to make sure I make some more mini cats in like colors to kind of match the big ones right now. So that's definitely on my list. I definitely had more steaks than I remembered, which was good as well. So I don't need to be prepping any more of those at the moment. As far as my own patterns go, which I know people don't make as much as all of the other like popular things, so I try to make quite a few of those since I know that they'll be unique at a market. I do have a lot of my personal like 4-legged animals currently, but I do want to make some more of my Tice the Turtles because those are always so popular, and I really don't have a lot of those left. I know that my mom makes some other kinds of turtles, but the Tice the Turtles are a big seller for me. So I want to get out some creative colors and make some more of those before the next market as well. Otherwise, we're at a pretty good spot. And again, this booth is going to be like the smallest booth that we're going to have. So it's not even like I can fit all of this stuff in our booth plus everything that my mom has, because it's literally a 6-foot table and we're stacking crates up and stuff. So, and the depth of the space, I believe, is also only 6 feet. And the table itself is like 3 feet deep. So we really only have like 3 feet behind the table to like store stuff and everything. So it's going to be a tight little spot for sure. So it's not like I have a bunch of room to keep all of this stuff. So might have to get with my mom sometime this weekend or something and be like, hey, what are we bringing? Otherwise, it feels good to have everything written down right in front of me. I know exactly how much I have of everything, and I know exactly how much inventory I have now, which is a little weight off my chest because I was worried that I was going to only have like 1,200, and I have almost 1,100 more than that. Like I almost have double that. So that's really, really good to see. So it'll be just fun to make whatever I want now that I know that my bases are pretty well covered except for Tice the Turtles and mini cats. So, but again, this anime market, that's not too important for this one, but for the next market, I need to keep that in mind. So what have I spent today doing, you may ask? I have just created what I think might be a fun little project for all of us to get involved in. So I decided when I was making my bucket hats, I was like, I need some new color combinations. I need some more inspiration, some different patterns, all kinds of things. Like I just want to make some really unique bucket hats. So what I did was I went into Canva and I created this cute little Instagram post that you can go find over on my Instagram. And it has a little coloring page on the last slide, so you can screenshot it and color it in and submit it via the Google Forms in my bio on Instagram, and I can see your entries and I can replicate them in a YouTube video. So with this in mind, all you have to do is go over to my Instagram, again, screenshot the last slide that has a little bucket hat outline, color it in however you see fit or whatever you think would be a cute design, and then submit it with the Google form, and it'll collect all of your information that I would need to give you a shout out or anything like that if I used it in a video coming up, so that your channel or your Instagram can get shouted out and I can share some of this spotlight with all of you guys. I think this will be a fun little community project. Get everybody involved. You can submit some cool colors. I know I've made a lot of bucket hats in the past, and I've had some people comment like here and there what color combos to like mix together and what they think would do well or what has done well for them at their own markets. So I think this will just be a cool project to see what you guys are thinking that I'm clearly missing, because I feel like I keep using the same couple of colors like over and over, and I use like a blue and a blue and a pink and a pink and like those kinds of things. But I want some new ideas, but I also want to be able to shout you guys out and make sure that you get some recognition as well, so that I can tag you and all of those fun things in videos and hopefully get some more followers over to your channels and your socials. With that in mind, I don't know what it is lately, but I have fallen in love with cotton yarns so much, and I made this cute little bow, and I thought it was so cute, and I want to add some little jump rings like I do for my stitch markers and add some little beads hanging off of it. I think these would be so cute, and it was a new stitch. It has a star stitch, like a starburst stitch on it. Let's see if I can show it to you. in the middle row. So I think that's just so adorable. I just hadn't tried that stitch before, and I thought it would be cute to add a little unique element so it wasn't just single crochets all the way across or anything like that. So it's turning out really adorable though, and I think adding the little gemstones that like hang off the little bow would be adorable as well. And then I think for the next round I'm going to put a ponytail on the back. That way you can wear it in your hair. Like, I think it'll be so cute like that. But I'm going to be working on that a little bit. I want to type it up, how I did it and stuff. I just wanted another use for my cotton yarns other than the things that I had already been seeing out there. I've done bandanas, I've done bucket hats. I don't necessarily want to get into like other categories other than like actual accessories. I know people make like car coasters and like chapstick holders and those kinds of things, but I want it to be like either wearables or nothing at all for my cotton yarns. So I have a whole like little bucket of wearables now between my bandanas and my bucket hats I've been making, because it's been so much fun to switch between cotton yarns and plush yarns. So I'm becoming addicted to both, and it's kind of a problem for my storage situation, but it's fine. It'll buff. With that in mind and my inventory looking incredible for this anime market, I think I'm going to work on some fun things, which is why I made the little bucket hat post and everything so you guys can see that. Again, my Instagram is Old Soul Factory Crochet, so you can go check it out there if you're interested in entering. I would love to hear from you and love for you to enter. You can also like type in the Google form what colors, or if you have specific colors in mind, if you're a Lily Sugar and Cream user or anything like that, you have some specific colors you're thinking of, you can put it in the details and stuff in there, which I think would be so much fun. And then maybe we'll do a little giveaway with some of the bucket hats, or I'll do like an Instagram post where I shout everybody out that ended up getting picked for it. But I think it'll be so much fun, so go check that out, get involved, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with for this little project. The other things that I have in progress is I still have my own little hexagon pullover that I've been working on, but I'm putting it on pause. It's kind of more of just like a in-between projects. Like if I don't know what to crochet and I have a video pulled up already, I'll just start to work on that while I think of what to work on. And then I also have I have 2 bucket hats in progress out there in my living room. So if I sit out there with my boyfriend to watch him play a game or something, that's usually what I'm working on, as I've mentioned in the past. So I have a green one and an orange one in progress out there, which will be fun because I really haven't made either one of those colors in bucket hats yet. So that's also a really fun thing that I've got going for me. Otherwise, I'm just kind of bored today. I don't know what it is, but I don't know exactly what to work on yet. So I'm going to pull up Etsy and see if there's any patterns I might have purchased that might be fun to try while I have the chance. And then we'll go from there. So I'll check in with you probably later tonight and give you an update on what I ended up working on throughout today or any of that stuff. So it's been a lazy day when it comes to crochet, but that's what the weekends are for. Tomorrow's my first day at my new job and everything, so I've been trying to take it easy today, spend some time with family and friends and everything, and just relax for the most part. So I did package up some orders that I had for stitch markers, though. I'm gonna drop these off at the post office in the morning. So Kelly, if you're watching, thank you for ordering. And of course, Miss Michelle, thank you for ordering. Love you, babes. Appreciate your orders, guys. This means a lot to me and my small business. So I will be dropping these off at the post office in the morning though, which is exciting. I did put my shop on vacation mode / close mode or whatever it's called while I was on vacation. So I've been working on getting that re-updated and back up and running and everything. So that's been exciting and I'm happy to have it done, checked off my list. And now I think I'm just gonna go crochet in the living room, chillax, and get to bed early. Ignore the slightly wet hair. I just got home from work. I got a shower. I'm in my comfy clothes, of course, and I'm ready to crochet for tonight. But I had to hop on here and show you the project that I'm currently working on. I am obsessed with this pattern. Obsessed is an understatement. like I said, I am trying to make some things for the anime market coming up, and I got inspired randomly, and I was like, I want to make the Minecraft bees. So with this in mind, I was like, I can't find a pattern that I think suits like my style and something low sew and all that. So I made a pattern for the Minecraft bee, and isn't he adorable? After going back and looking at the directions and or like the pictures and everything and the reference pictures I had, I think he has 6 legs, if I'm not mistaken though. So I think I need to add 2 more little bobble stitches. So what I think I want to do is take out a row of this yellow and add 1 more row of black. So this row would have the bobbles, and then there would be the row to crochet, like there, you know what I mean. Take away a yellow row, add a black row with bobble stitches, and then I think that's fine because I don't want him to be any longer because he's already very boxy. But he's so cute, and he's no-sew. The only thing you have to do, you sew everything from head to tail, or stinger, I guess. The wings are in the round and everything. The only thing I did after was I surface crocheted on the antennas, because I think if other people are making this pattern, if their tension's different or anything like that, then you want to make sure that you have the antennas in the exact right spot for it to look right. So I went back and surface crocheted those on really quickly, and of course I embroidered the eyes so they would be more square, since there's not a good like safety eye that kind of matches that style. And then I wanted to make a mini one, so I have not put the antennas or the little eyeballs on it, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, I want to put 1 more row with the 2 bobble stitches, so there's technically 6 legs total then. Again, this is what he looks like after no sewing or anything, but we need to surface crochet on the eyeballs and the antennas. So I need to do that at some point before this market, which would be a fun little thing to do. For now, he's gonna go back here in the pile of projects, and I'm tired after work and everything. I think I'm just going to turn on some YouTube videos, get caught up on some of those, and maybe work on my cardigan I had started last week. This is how much I have done currently. I have the first panel done, and then we have this much of the second. I only have this much more yarn, so not very much at all. And so then I'm going to tie on the next skein in just a second. So I have that out and ready to go as well. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm just excited to crochet and rest tonight. I'm gonna go to bed early because I'm really tired, but we got a lot done. So I'm gonna eat some sweets and just chillax for tonight. So you might not see much footage from today, but we did get some stuff done. I think the only other thing I really want to do before this market is maybe prep some small items. I know I talked in, I think it was 2 videos, maybe 3 videos ago now, that I wanted to market prep some small things, which included like baby Yodas, little lightsabers, and some like small free patterns I found. So if I'm feeling inspired, that's what I want to do personally. But I've been working on this and a bucket hat, which I can show you as well. So I wanted to make a bucket hat with a bunch of like my scraps of skeins, so I could use up some skein labels and add them to the collection. So I picked all of my yellowy / like orangey colored yarns and everything. So I'm doing the final like embroidery row, not embroidery, single crochet row around the bottom of that right now, but this is it so far. It looks pretty cute, I would say. We kind of ran out of the white and yellow, so I had to switch the color in there, but again, it's like a scrappy hat, so I knew that would probably happen with at least one of the colors. But the other skeins are actually really, really low as well, so I might save those tiny little pieces and make a real scrappy one. But for now, we have this, and I'm very excited. I'm probably going to finish this as well tonight, which is also exciting and fulfilling as well. So with that in mind, again, you might not see much footage from tonight, but I will catch ya in the next clip. So I want to give you a little update on the cardigan that I've been working on. I ended up finishing the second panel of the cardigan, and I added the width rows on it as well. On this side, this is actually the top and bottom. This is the sleeve. I just started the sleeve on this panel. The other one looks like this so far, so it's gonna be really cute, I think. This is gonna be the front side. I liked how the colors turned out better on that side. This one just had a lot of the orange in the middle, and I didn't like that as much, so I'm using this side, and I think it's gonna be really cute. And I have to work on all of the sleeve rows, which I have like 20 sleeve rows to do, which is quite a lot, but it is pretty repetitive, so it's not too bad. Again, that's kind of why I picked this project in the first place, was to have something that was a little bit more repetitive and mindless to do and to work on while I watch shows or relaxed or whatever. I just needed something different from amigurumi, where I have to sit there and really follow the patterns, or it's something I've done a million times because I already got it up here in the old noggin. So this is a good change of pace and a good project. I need to finish the sleeves. I'm going to try it on and check the length, and might have to add a few rows of length, and then I'm going to sew the two panels together and then the little collar, and then it should be done. So that's exciting. Not too far off considering how far we've already gotten. We've got through the big parts. We just got to get through all the little things now. Otherwise, we've been having a great day. It's been a great week. Started the new job. The new job's gone well so far, so I'm just a little extra tired, as I was mentioning, from that. But I'm excited how much time I got to spend crocheting and stuff this week. The other things I'm working on is I'm going to be finishing this bucket hat that I finished this week. I've weaved in all of the ends except for these two down here, because I'm going to tie on the tag right here where the knot's going to go. And then this hat is done, and I also finished the yellow scrappy hat, which I had already showed you guys as well, and I put a tag on it and sewed all the ends together. So I'm just wrapping up a few small things. The next video will probably be the market day recap from the Anime Fest. Again, this is a very different market, so hopefully it goes really well for us. And I'm just praying that it's gonna be a good one, because it's been a while since we've been to a market, and I could just use a really good market to lift my spirits just a little bit and get me re-inspired to crochet some new things again. With that in mind, if you watch this video all the way to the end, please drop some yellow emojis down in the comments to give me some inspiration to finish this thing, because it is a lot, and I will probably never make another wearable, because this is crazy how much work this is, and it makes me appreciate people who do this even more. But drop a yellow emoji down below, like this video, don't forget to subscribe as well. I know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed yet, but have been tuning in to watch my videos. And that's all from me. That's all I got. If you have any questions from this video, drop them down below. All my links are also down here in the description as well for this video. And if you need anything, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!